Hi there, my lovely, and how are you today? I hope you're doing really well. So, I wanted to look at some things today. Thinking about your actions and what you're doing to move you forward in creating the life that you're wanting, the life of your dreams, better relationships. It could be a new career, more money, better health, a better body, anything that you're wanting. You have to put action into place to make sure that you keep going forward. And one of the things that stops us from doing that is a lack of motivation. So we say, yes, I want to lose weight. And we start a diet program and we eat less calories or we eat specific foods. And then as soon as something happens, maybe something happens at work and you get really upset, something's something clicks in you and you go back to how you were before, and you eat something that you're not supposed to do, that or you overeat, for example. And it's very difficult if you haven't got the real motivation of why you're doing it, and you're just doing it because um, people think that you're overweight or you've decided that your clothes aren't very comfortable. That's not enough of a motivation to keep you going. The same in your business. You can say, I'm creating a business. Why are you doing that? I'm doing that because I want financial freedom. Well, when the business is going really bad or you're having a really tough day, financial freedom is not going to push you and keep you going forward and keep you striving for the goal. um, you're just going to give up and be like, oh well, maybe I'll just take that job instead, or I can come back to this next week when this is all blown over and things are better, or when the economy is stronger, I can try again, or when we move home and we're in a better neighborhood, or when I finish this course and I've got a better education. There's always something. And unless you've got a powerful why and a real reason that why you want to do something, you're just going to keep dropping whatever it is that you're trying to accomplish, and that's not going to get you any further. So let's look at some actions that you can do to make sure that your why is really strong, and it's going to keep you motivated on the dark days, on the days where you're not feeling really up to it and things just seem to be going wrong. Because I've done that many times. I've started something and um, something's happened, or something hasn't turned out how I thought it was going to do. So I've stopped what I've been doing, and then gets pushed to one side and I forget all about it, or something else happens and I get swept up in a whirlwind and I get distracted. I always get distracted very easily. That was one thing that when I was at school, all my school reports said, Tara does really well, but she gets distracted so easily. And I do. I'm like a magpie, oh, shiny new thing. I have to go see what that is. And my mind is always on something different. Even if I'm focusing on something, I can have lots of different tabs open in my mind. And doing that, I easily get distracted and I don't give 100% to what I'm doing. So I have to focus and cut the other fluff out and just do what I say I'm going to do. And I can't do that if I haven't got a strong enough why and a plan to keep it reminding me of the why and why I'm doing something and what I'm doing it for. So, for example, sorry, I've just got some notes here so I don't forget. So let's say, for example, you want to lose weight. Think about what it is that's making you want to lose the weight. Is it for your health reasons? Is it so you look better, your body looks better? Or it could be to please somebody else. It doesn't have to come from you. It could be, which, that makes it even harder to make it work. If it's not actually coming from you, it's coming from somebody else. And then think about what the losing weight entails. So if it's something that, you're going to have to restrict your calories, you can eat anything you want. Restricting calories doesn't mean that you can't go and have your favorite cake or your favorite pizza or something that you think you're going to have to give up on a diet. You don't. You just have to obviously count the calories. So you could have one slice of pizza, or you could have a massive bowl of vegetables and a grilled protein. So that, the size of the food equals the same amount of calories. So you have to decide whether you want the high calorie food, which is going to make you hungry when you finished eating it, or you're going to eat the food that is going to give you all the nutrients and is going to really fill you up, and it's got the same amount of calories as the unhealthy food. So think about what is going through your mind that makes it painful to not follow the diet. So it could be that you get upset about the things that you can't eat, or the things that you can't drink, you can't enjoy yourself. You might feel upset that you can't go out to a restaurant, or you can't enjoy things with your friends. If it's a hot day, you can't enjoy an ice cream. Things like that might upset you, and that they would stop you from following through on your diet. The same thing, like for example with your business, if you wanted to level up your business, but you think about all the things that you have to give up. It could be giving up time with your family, or giving up time with your loved ones, your friends. It could be stopping going to play sports with your friends on a Tuesday night because you have to do something else, when the pain of giving that up is more than the pain of not achieving your goal, then you're not going to give it up. You're not going to stop it. You're not going to give it up. And then think about what's pleasurable about the situation that you're in now. So, for example, what do you find pleasure in eating? Do you find it pleasurable that you can eat as much as you like, or you can eat what you want? It could be that you don't want to be controlled and told what you can and can't do. The same with your business. It could be that it's very comfortable to be where you are, and unless you're actually desperate and you haven't got any money coming in and you're unemployed, then it's quite easy to sit back and say, well, I have an income. It's not actually that difficult. It's not actually that painful. On the good days, I can say, well, actually, maybe I don't need to give anything up. Maybe I could just leave things as they are and carry on. And that's not going to get you to your goal, but it's going to keep you comfortable. It's going to keep you safe. And that's the thing that's stopping you from moving forward with your goals and getting things up and running and going. Then we can look at what the pain is of not doing it. So the pain of not losing weight. If you looked at yourself in a year's time and you had still not lost any weight, and maybe you put some on, what would that feel like to you? How would you feel if you looked in the mirror and you were exactly the same? You had the same energy levels, you had the same size clothes, maybe a little bit bigger, I don't know. You still felt uncomfortable doing exercise. You felt conscious when you went outside. How would that feel to you inside if that was still you in a year's time? And I say the same with your business. How would you feel if you imagine yourself 12 months in the future and you're still working at the same place, and you still got the same colleagues, you still got the same contacts, you're still doing the same job, and you haven't gone off and chased the dream that you wanted. You haven't gone off and done things to accomplish what you wanted to do, and you've stayed exactly in the same space. How will you feel in yourself if you wake up every morning and that is still your life in 12 months' time? If you're happy to feel like that, then you can stay exactly where you are. But if that feeling pains you, is that pain more than the pain of giving something up? So does it hurt you more to think about your life in 12 months' time being exactly the same as it is now? Or does that hurt more than putting down the chocolate cake or not seeing your friends on a Tuesday for the next 6 months? Think about which gives you the most pain, and then think about which gives you the most pleasure. Because we're always trying to get there's either pain or pleasure. So you're either trying to go towards pleasure. So maybe you're reasonably happy where you are right now, but you want to go forward and move towards something that's more pleasurable, which could be a more pleasurable experience, a more pleasurable life, a better feeling when you wake up in the morning, feeling more energized, more full of passion and happy to be more productive. So that's going towards pleasure, because you know that you're going to get something better than where you are now. Or there's moving away from pain, which is if you stay where you are right now, or you get worse, you just get to a point where you're like, well, I can't take this anymore. I can't do this anymore. I have to stop. I have to change things. So you're moving away from the pain and then going towards the pleasure. So we've looked at the pain of not doing what you need to do to lose the weight, to move forward in your business, to find the perfect relationship. We've looked at the pleasure of not having to do them, staying where you are. Then the pain of what it's going to be like in 12 months' time if you're still in the same space, if you haven't made those changes. How painful will that be? Is that more painful than giving something up and doing something different? And then the pleasure. What pleasure would you imagine in 12 months' time you could experience in your surroundings, in your body, in your physiology, in your heart, in your emotions? How excited and pleasurable will it be for you in 12 months' time to have the best body that you can imagine, the more energetic body, to have the best figure, the most health, toned skin, to look more youthful, to be more energized, to have the best business, or to have a really solid growing business in 12 months' time, because you've taken the steps every single day to push yourself. You've stopped seeing your mates on a Tuesday to go play squash. You've stayed at home and you've studied something and you've learned something new and you've implemented that in your business. And that has compounded so that in 12 months' time, you've got a stronger business. You've replaced your day job, or if you were already doing that anyway, maybe your partner's joined you, or they could retire, or something. There has to be something that's going to fuel you and think, my God, the pleasure of that in 12 months' time is more than what I'm going to experience by dropping off and giving up and not moving forward and just basically living the life that you're living right now. I mean, if you're happy with where you are, then that's great. Keep going. But if you're not, and you're searching for something more, you want to be able to jump out of bed in the morning. Don't get me wrong, I don't jump out of bed in the morning. I crawl out of bed in the morning, but I get up because I know that I have to do certain things before I start my working day. So I know that I have to exercise, and I know I have to do some meditation, and I also learn something new in the morning before, and this is all before 7 o'clock. So I'm up at the crack of dawn and I'm doing something. And if I don't do that, if I don't improve myself every day, and I don't show up every day and make it worth it, put myself through these things that, aren't the most fun, but I know that they're giving me the result that is going to improve me. If I don't do that, and then somebody needs me as a coach and I'm not showing up to the best of my ability, then I'm letting them down. I'm not giving everything that I should be doing. I could coach you tomorrow, and the changes that we make together in your life could impact the whole world. You could become the next Oprah Winfrey. You could become the next Mother Teresa. You could completely revolutionize the technology industry. Who knows what you could actually achieve if you stepped up and made the changes in your life to do something different, to make the changes and see exactly what you're capable, see your potential. So every morning I'm up at 5 o'clock and I exercise, and then I do some meditation, or I do some reflection on setting goals for the day ahead. And I do some learning. I spend either 30 minutes or an hour and a half, sometimes it depends, learning something that I can put into practice and in my life, and also in the life of my clients, because what I'm learning, I'm teaching, because it's so important to be able to pass the knowledge on. There's no point in having the knowledge and keeping it for myself, because that's not going to help anybody. There's a dog barking. I don't know if you can hear that. Sorry about that. It's not mine. She's gone out. So anyway, so, getting up and moving forward, and just thinking what you could possibly achieve if you stepped out of being anxious and you worked on being confident, if you stepped away from being depressed and worked on being happier and being more alive, not necessarily just for you, because sometimes if you're in those kind of states, you don't feel as though you deserve it, and that's fine. But think about the people that you affect, that you impact. It could be coming out of depression and anxiety for your children, because they deserve a parent who is there for them, a parent who shows up for them. It could be your grandchildren. If you haven't got any yet, maybe the ones in the future. They deserve a grandparent who is there for them, that sends them a card every birthday, that treats them to an ice cream in the summer and takes them camping or doing something. And if you're not there, if you're not stepping up and being the best version of yourself, you're letting so many other people down, not just yourself. And those people, you're having a ripple effect on those people. So keeping yourself small, dropping a small pebble in a pond is still creating a ripple effect. Dropping a big pebble is creating a bigger one, obviously. But you're still creating a ripple effect no matter what you do every single day of your life. So it's stepping up and moving forward. And like I say, if you're working with me and you moved forward in these things, you understood what your new path was, and you became confident about your life's passion, and maybe a business idea came up, and that could potentially, it was hidden inside you before, but it could change the whole world. And I could have been a part of that with you. And that's what excites me about my job, because it's not just getting people past where they are and helping them overcome fear, anxiety, depression, helping them lose weight, helping them get clarity. It's not a matter of that. It's what's at the other end. It's what can come out of that when we've got past the biggest hurdle and we're working on our true, passionate inner self. That's the exciting part of what it could do. And you're looking at the future, and you have to imagine what your life's going to be like if it stays exactly the same, if you don't make the changes, if you carry on and you still give up on the diet, stop exercising, you're too scared to go out and meet people, you're too scared to take a risk and start that new relationship, you're too embarrassed or worried about what people will say if you start the business that you're dreaming about. It could be your friends, it could be your family, that these people might not have the same vision as you, but that's why you would work with me or a counselor, or some sort of work with somebody who has done what you want to do, that can help train you, that can give you the support, so that you can keep going even when it feels as though it's a dark day and you're like, why am I doing this, when it's so much easier not to put the effort in. It's so much easier to carry on exactly as I am. And then you just stop. So you have to make the pain of not moving forward bigger than the pain of not giving something up. You have to make the pleasure of seeing yourself in 12 months' time. It's not a matter of in 12 months' time, I can be a millionaire. That's not what's going to fuel you. It's the person that you will be by becoming that millionaire, the person that you will change and evolve into, the philanthropic person, the person who loves other people and likes to see people succeed, rather than being a person who is only all about themselves and giving love to themselves and fearful of giving to other people. You can change so much in 12 months' time, and your life can change so much. It can change overnight. It's amazing. Once you put your mind to it and you decide, this is it, this is what I need to do, this is what I'm going to do, and have that vision of the future. And remember, in 12 months' time, do you want to be in exactly the same space you are now? Do you want to be in the same place, physically, emotionally, financially, in the same relationship? You can improve your relationship and get so much more passion back to how it was before. You can change the energy in a relationship. So think about what you want, really get clear on why you want it and what difference it would make to you in 12 months' time. The pleasure you're going to get if you achieve it and the pain if you don't, and then start putting into action the plan to get you where you want to go. So thanks very much for listening. I hope that helped, and I'll speak to you again soon. So take care. Bye for now.